It's closer. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to Human Tech, a podcast about the intersection between humans and technology. My name is Guthrie. I'm here with Susan. Hey, Susan.
Hello. So, if you here, I'm going to see if I'm going to turn on a light. It didn't make any difference. I am not in my usual office location.
Yeah, we're today is. I don't know if you remember this in school,
What?
but there would be. I mean, this basically some days like you go to school and like the teacher was subs or something was going on, and they just kind of gave up. It was like, here, we'll put on, let's watch a movie today, or everyone just work on your group projects or
Is that
something.
that's is that what today's going to be?
That's what today is going to be. Yeah, no doubt. We have you're not in your regular office.
I am
You're
not. I'm not.
you're on the road, and
I'm
so
on
you're
the
wearing some sort
road,
of
and I know I have
silly
this.
mic.
I have this headset on because I didn't. I did not pack my big, Blue Yeti mic, and
Yeah,
I'm not at my desktop. I'm on a laptop, and I borrowed this headset
and
microphone thing.
we had a call we had to be on at our normal time, so it's not the
It's
normal
been a
time.
really weird it's a really weird week. For me, it's a really weird week. Some personal stuff going on that I won't go into. So, I would be very happy if we did the version of our podcast, which is the teacher comes in and says, "Okay, we're gonna watch a movie or something." That would be okay with me.
Okay, yeah. So see, I mean, if anyone, like I said, we're doing it at a weird time. So
And we're an hour later than we're supposed to be.
that's what I said. We're doing it at a weird time. This
Okay,
is
can
not a
I say
normal.
something else about the fact that we're an hour later?
Uh-huh.
You know how an hour and a half ago I said I'm gonna post on LinkedIn and let people know we're gonna be an hour late? I wrote the post and apparently never pressed send. So, nobody knew that we were gonna be an hour late. They just think we didn't show up. I apologize for that ahead of time. No, I apologize for that now.
Yeah. So we're just going to this is we're just going to sort of do some. This is going to be just like personal
Yeah,
chat day.
what are we doing?
I said it's personal chat day. So we're
Personal
gonna
chat day.
yeah. This is going to be a time. If anyone sees this, they can write in on the Q&A. I'm not, like I said, because we're not going at a time.
You don't think anyone's listening?
I'm not expecting anything. If it happens, that's great. If
Okay.
it doesn't, that's fine.
All right.
Yep.
And in case a gigantic UX team decided this was the day they were going to all get together and listen to the Human Tech
Yeah.
podcast.
Skip this one.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
maybe today wouldn't be
All
the
right.
day.
So let's jump to it. That's enough
All
exposition.
right.
I have a series of personal
Oh,
questions
good.
for you.
Okay. What are they?
Deeply personal questions, so that our audience can get to know you a little bit better.
As a human being rather than as a UX and behavioral scientist person?
That's right.
Mhm.
Feel free not to give extremely personal details. You can keep it general.
Okay.
Don't give out your home address.
Okay.
Right. All right. What is something in the last month
Mm.
or the last week or two
Mhm.
that you ate that was really, really good?
That one is way too easy. Okay.
We're starting. It's like a user interview.
Okay.
We're starting with an easy question.
So even though I'm not giving my address, as you know, Guthrie, I live in a rural part of a state. Should I say what state I'm in?
I think everyone knows what state you're in. Go ahead and say
All
it.
right. I live in rural Wisconsin, and
No one's
uh,
going to find you in a row.
it's a wonderful place to live for many reasons. But one of the downsides is restaurants. They're just, it's not the same as being in Chicago where you are, Guthrie.
Can you give a sense of what rural means? Because people who may live in New York City think rural, they maybe think, I don't know, Hamtramck.
Hartford, Connecticut or something. Rural means, for instance, there are more cows in my county than people. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Could be a lot of cows.
I live in a town of 1,300 people, okay?
Sure. No
And
stoplights.
there are no stoplights in my town. No. There are stoplights in the county. If you, because if you the big city is not that big, is about 70,000 people, and that has stoplights. But anyway, yeah, it's just there's a lot of farms, and then there's these little towns in be then, there's, like, maybe 10 miles from between each town, and in those 10 miles is farmland, and that's where I live, which means that there's just not a lot of food choices, um, for eating out. For instance, there's no Uber or Lyft. There's no food delivery. Like, you can't call someone who will then come deliver food to your house. That doesn't exist. So,
Call a
but
neighbor.
maybe a neighbor would come deliver food. Actually, our neighbor does bring us food sometimes. You've been there when she's done that. Uh, so, but I'm not at home this week. I'm on the road, as you mentioned, and I'm in a city, a small size city. So last night, I went and picked up one of my favorite foods. You want to guess what I picked up?
Oh, I know. I saw. No, we're not going to play this game. You just go ahead and just expound.
Sushi. I love sushi. So that was the best meal I've had. You asked what was my best meal in the last couple weeks. Last night, excellent, excellent sashimi mainly, and a little bit of sushi. There you go.
Well, that's fantastic.
Are you answering these questions, or am I? Are
Yeah.
you just
No,
okay?
no.
What's your
It's a
answer?
both. Uh, Yesterday.
Yeah,
So I live in Chicago,
yeah.
and there was a very small celebration project, and to celebrate, we went to a medium fancy bakery,
Mm.
and just whatever we wanted, we
What did
got.
you have?
Well, you gotta, it's a bakery, right? So you gotta get a little bit of everything. So there was a seeded loaf. There was this German dessert that was sort of cream and honey in between, sort of cake,
Whoa.
little
Okay,
cake.
now I'm getting really jealous. Although,
Looked like
yeah,
it had like
okay.
an almond
Mm,
caramel on top,
mm,
caramel with almond on top. Yeah, that was pretty good.
it's good.
Um, this particular place in North Chicago has really amazing almond croissants.
Mm.
They're sort of sweeter than normal croissant. Would you like to say it in French?
Croissant.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Someone who really speaks French can let us know what that was supposed to be, but I know it's not croissant, so at least I didn't have that much knowledge.
Yeah.
Well,
So
next time I
that
come
was
visit you, you're gonna have to take me there.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm not done with my list of all the things we
Oh
got.
my goodness.
Yeah, you think we what two things at a bakery? I don't think so. Um, and then I got a ham croissant, which I mean that's a good one. It's just a croissant, but it has not in as a sandwich, not like cut in half with ham and cheese on the inside, but rolled in between the layers is ham cheese. So that was good.
Wow.
There was a chocolate croissant, of course. There were
Did
two chocolate donuts.
did you
There's
eat
a
all this,
vanilla
like, in
long
one
john,
sitting?
blueberry scone.
I like scones.
Yeah, so that was too. No, I've been snacking on it for the
Oh,
last
okay,
like
good.
3 days.
Okay.
I would be in a coma if
Coma.
I
Yeah.
if I just ate all that. So that was really fantastic, and sort of the latest good thing. But living in Chicago, and I cook a lot, and I'm a pretty good cook. So between all of those things, I eat pretty well most of the time. Though yesterday, for dinner, I did have a Chipotle burrito. So it's not
Yeah, it's
always
kinda up and down
high
here.
high class.
Okay.
Though very good, Chipotle burrito. anyone who sort of likes Chipotle is like, yeah. In defense of myself, I live very close in Chicago to a ton of fantastic Mexican restaurants as well that do a lot of really, really awesome Mexican food. And so
Yeah.
my
I
go-to
I get it.
shout out to the crazy octopus. I think it's a loco pulco. Is that octopus in Spanish? So that's
I
the
don't know. I know a little bit of French, no
that place
Spanish.
is good. That place is really, really good.
Another place you have to take
The
me to when we
huarachas
visit here.
are really fantastic. They have a chicken tinga huaracha. That's so. Anyways, I eat pretty well. Here's another okay, another question for you.
Yep.
This is riveting entertainment. Um, what is something? And you were on the road, so you might have a good one here. Something that uh, you in the last month. You have a good answer for this, but I have a good answer when I'm asking the question, so maybe I'll go first. That you got rid of in the last month. So uh, we have a lot of plants. We have plants everywhere, which is good. I like plants. But the thing about plants is that they grow, right? And they just keep growing. And some of them make little offshoots, and then you plant the offshoots. And before you know it, because one plant is now 6 and enormous. And so we needed to get rid of some plants. There was some plant downsizing that needed to happen. And should we just throw them in the garbage? Oh, that doesn't seem right. These plants, they're perfectly, they just want to live. We can, we'll try posting them on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe someone will come pick them up. There was, I believe, a pothos. There was
I
a
think I know what
succulent.
that one is. Yeah.
There was spider plant, which is a hardy plant. Um, anyways, there were like 5 total. So I was like, maybe someone will come pick it up. Within the first hour, I had like 200 messages.
No.
Nothing is more popular on this earth than
Then
free plants. It was
wow.
wild. People willing to
Wow.
drive from all manners of
That's
the city,
amazing. I didn't
just
know
trying
that.
to get their hands on plants. So
Wow.
plants, very, very hot.
Well, that's
Um,
so wonderful though that all the plants are gonna get a new
they've
home
been
and
yes, they've all
people
been
really want
rehomed.
them. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, just so uh, it was yeah. So that we got rid of you would think getting rid of 5 enormous plants would make a difference.
Didn't?
When you have a lot and they're clumped together, and you just kind of
You
spread them
don't
out a
really
little bit.
notice
It
it.
doesn't even look like there's any less. So, I mean, one of them was like huge. It was like I don't know, 4 feet by 3 feet by 2 feet. It's just really big.
Okay. You want me to answer this question?
Answer.
Yeah, I have several things, I like to periodically get rid of lots of stuff. So, um, I would say the one I'm gonna mention is, I totally redid all of my entire, filing paperwork system in my house and in my office, in the last couple weeks. That was a big project. And so I got rid of all kinds of paper stuff, file stuff, and streamlined it all. How about that? That's what I'm going to say. So I don't have as long or interesting a story about that as you do. That's it.
That was riveting.
It
Um,
was not. Sorry. It's boring. You ask the questions. All I do is answer them with the truth.
But by the way, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Oh,
Um,
I
you
didn't
can
even
think
think
you
of
can
that.
think about it.
All right, I'll think about it.
Um, what uh, what was the last workout that you did?
By the way, uh, I don't know what these questions are ahead of time, so I'm listening. Oh, this is gonna be this one's painful. Okay, this is painful. So,
Doing a lot of walks.
yeah, I mean, I was on a really good routine I like to lift weights. I really like weights. And then I went through some medical stuff, and they told me not to lift weights for a couple months. And so I wasn't able to lift weights, which made me very sad. And I would walk, as you said, walking is kind of what I do a lot of walking. And now all the medical restrictions are off, but have I gone back to the weights? No, I have not. I'm out of my habit, and I have not created a new habit, and I'm very sad, and I think about it every other day. I think about how I should be lifting weights, and then I still don't do it. So I have to. How do you do that? How do you get back into the habit? I'm asking. I'm the psychologist who knows about habits, and I don't know how I get back into the habit of lifting weights. I got to do it.
It's surprisingly easy, but because you have muscle memory, both literal but also
Yes,
like
but
the
that
habit memory.
requires that you go get the weight and lift it.
Yeah, it's just well, it's a little different for me because I have trouble working out at home. I just cannot work out at home, and so
You go to
um,
the gym.
like so going to the gym, I have a routine. I have, you
So,
know,
yeah, as long
it,
as you can get yourself in the car and to the gym,
well, in my case, I walk. I'm fortunate enough to have a gym few
very
blocks
close
away,
to you.
just a local gym, um, because it is a place outside normal existence. Um, if I can just get into the building, then the habit takes care of the rest because I haven't interrupted my habit in any capacity. So there was a long time when I wasn't lifting weights because there was a pandemic and I wasn't going to the gym. And I may go back to that depending on all the variants and blah, blah, blah. But just walking into the building, that the only thing I do in that building is a workout of some sort. And
Okay.
right. So as long as I can, if so, all I have to do is I have to force myself to put on my workout clothes and leave the building. And if I can just get into the gym, then the habit just sort of takes over and I'm off to the races. I think people who work out from home, unless they have a dedicated work room, which some people do, but some people do not, I think they have a much harder time getting back into the swing of things because you've modified the habit because it's in a space
Yeah,
that you exist in.
I think that's what's going on for me because I always walked, so that I'm used to doing, and that's, how I walk and when I walk and where I walk, that's all habit and that's all good. But I used to go to the gym for the weights, and then I stopped because they closed the gym. And, then I set up a room with weights in my house, and then I got back into it. But then I turned that room, instead of the workout room, that became the music studio. And so my weights got moved to a different place. And since then, I got to set it up, Guthrie. I got to do this. You got to make me. I miss it. And I could feel that it's not good. So I don't think I answered your question. My last workout, I guess, would be the walk I took this morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I think you just need to set
Set a
you-
new set of new place and time, and get the
well,
weights.
or just like the it's I know it sounds funny, but you just have to do it, and it's like the
The first
first
time
two or
is the
three
hardest, yeah.
the first two or three that you do. You don't want to do this, and if you just sort of force yourself the first two or three, then you'll just slide sort of back into it, and it
Okay,
gets a lot easier. So,
okay.
um, yep. Um, Yeah, I did arms. Chest workout last time. Uh should I continue?
Yeah,
Did you have
I
anything
don't
you
I
wanted to
don't
add?
wanna complain
Uh-huh.
about your questions, but these are pretty run-of-the-mill kinds of questions.
Well, yeah.
And I'm fine with them, but I would have thought maybe you'd have a few more creative questions in there, but keep going.
No, I
I
don't have
sound like I'm complaining because I am, but you can do whatever you want. Go ahead.
you okay, you want something more
No,
esoteric,
now
huh?
I realize I really should not have
Oh,
asked you that.
okay.
No, no, no. Go back to what you were gonna go back to your list. Go back to your list. Please. Please go back to your list, or I'm gonna be really, really regret that I said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's we'll do something more esoteric.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Mm.
Uh, so what was the one of the, you don't have to do the last, but one of the last things that you put up on a wall? Like if you put a piece of art or a diploma or something.
Well, okay, do you want
Photo.
literally what went up on the wall, or can I give you what went up on
Just
the
one of the
shelf
recent
that went on
ones.
the wall?
Yeah, one of the recent ones or
No,
something that
but
went
does
up
it
on a
count?
shelf.
Okay.
There's a level of flexibility here that I'm fine with.
The most recent thing that I put up on a shelf that I have on my wall is the, save the date notice for your wedding.
Okay, that's a good one.
That is the most recent thing I put up on the shelf on the wall.
Um,
I don't hang things on walls very often.
okay. Uh, and I guess we have time for like one more
Wait a minute,
question.
are you gonna answer that?
I don't even know. I think I put a plant on the shelf when I was
Okay.
answering yesterday.
Alright.
So that's a boring answer, but that's
It
that's
really
that's true.
is. Okay.
Plants.
Alright.
I have to repot a bunch of plants, move them up in sizes. All right, and so one more question here, and then we'll sort
Then
of,
we'll put our audience out of their misery.
yeah, we'll put our audience out of their misery there. So what I want to think about, this is going to be a future facing question. In the next 6 months, do you think as a business we will be more busy or less busy
You mean than we are
or the same?
currently, or than
Yes.
in the
And
last more than we have been in the last 6 months, or how do you mean
in
that?
the last, I don't know, the last month or two. So that's than we are currently. Not like today, but you can take a running sample.
I have all I wanna say, and how are you defining busy? Because I know we both have a little bit of vacation coming up in the next 6 months. You don't mean taking that into account. You just mean the amount of work that people are requesting that we do for them. Is that what you
Uh
mean?
huh. Yeah.
Well, after listening to this particular podcast episodes, all the people that were going to call us and ask us to do work for them are not going to. And all the people that currently are our clients are going to cancel their contracts. So
That's
no,
good.
I hope not. I really hope that none of those things are true. I think I'm just going to go with the trend that we've been seeing. I think we're going to have more work because we're seeing a upward trend just in the last couple months, and I think that's likely to continue. Of which I am very happy and grateful and excited. And we've, uh, we we just have some great work that people want us to do, and we have, you know, do I get to put in my plug? We've been adding to our resources of wonderful people to work with us, and so we're ready. I think we're ready, but I think we'll have more work. What do you think?
I think it'll be the same.
Oh,
My
come on. That is not. Was that even an option? I guess it was.
Yeah.
You think it'll be the same?
I think it'll be the same.
All right. Well, now we're going to have to see who's right. And
Okay.
we should remember to measure that and see who's right. All right. Was that the last of your questions?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll.
Let's use. We're just planning on
I
doing a
have
little half
I
show.
have one question for you. I get to ask a question.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
I know that you have some travels and some trips coming up.
Yeah.
Um, do you which of the places that you have, just the geographic locations that you're likely to be going to in the next couple of months with your travels, which one are you the most excited to physically, visually see and be in?
Probably SoCal.
Southern California?
Yeah. Hard to beat. Hard to beat the greater San Diego area in
Okay.
terms of weather and
Yeah. All right.
existing on sort of it's just nice every day there.
You like it there, yeah. Okay.
There are, at least from a weather and just a like, if I'm just gonna like sit somewhere for an afternoon, but
Yeah.
like I don't get to pick the afternoon, just like a random afternoon.
Yeah.
Southern California is pretty great place to be.
Okay.
By the ocean. It's gonna be warm, sunny.
Okay. I want to go there now.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. You
Okay.
want me to answer that?
Last question.
What?
When was the last time you saw snow?
Literally saw it outside? Or snowing? Or just a clump
Saw
of snow?
snow. A clump of snow. It's
What's
April
today?
6th. April 6th.
April 1st.
So there you go. That's why we want to go to California. So I actually, in all fairness, I actually really like seasons. I don't mind. Um,
Yeah, I like seasons too.
that's,
I don't get seasons. I get winter
you get
and
seasons. It's hot in the
late
summer.
spring. I
It
get
gets like 90-degree humid in summer.
summer and winter. Spring is about, a week long.
So
Where
is winter my favorite? No, but it makes spring that much better. So I don't know if I would want to live in a place that doesn't really have
like Southern
say
California.
dramatic seasons. Yeah, there are other problems in Southern California. It is expensive and etc. But but to visit, to duck in and out,
Yeah,
it's not
it's a nice place.
not a good place to be.
Guthrie, thank you for this not very productive podcast, but given everything I got going on, it was about all I could handle. And I promise to those of you who are listening that the next time we'll
No,
get
it's fine.
back to our
This was good.
normal,
This was good.
professional.
This is the podcast from now on.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
this is how it is.
I don't know if we should do that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
this is fine.
everyone, for listening. If you
I
want to
had
get
fun.
hold of us and give us ideas for what we should be doing during the podcast so we don't do this, Guthrie, how can people reach us?
info@theteamw.com.
Also, I want to request that everybody call in and request for us to do a bunch of work so that I can win. I can be proven right to the answer to that
Sure.
question
So
about whether
win
business is going to. Yeah, I
It's a
want to
good
win a
reason to
bet.
do something.
All right. Thanks, Guthrie. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.